Presidential immunity is the legal concept that a sitting president may be shielded from lawsuits or criminal charges for actions taken while in office. This idea has sparked intense debate among legal scholars, politicians, and the public, especially in recent years, as questions about presidential accountability have come to the forefront. At its core, presidential immunity is about whether the nation's highest office holder can be held personally responsible in court for decisions and actions made while carrying out official duties. The principle is meant to allow the president to perform the demanding responsibilities of the office without constant fear of legal distractions or retaliation. For example, when a president signs laws, issues executive orders, or makes critical decisions in times of crisis, supporters argue that immunity is necessary to ensure swift and decisive leadership. This is especially important in areas like national security or foreign policy, where hesitation or second-guessing could have serious consequences for the country. Advocates believe that without some form of immunity, presidents might hesitate to act boldly, worried that every decision could lead to lawsuits or even criminal prosecution after leaving office. However, the U.S. Constitution does not explicitly mention presidential immunity. Instead, the boundaries of this protection have been shaped by court decisions over time, as judges interpret the Constitution and weigh the need for executive independence against the principle that no one is above the law. In the landmark case Nixon versus Fitzgerald, the Supreme Court ruled that presidents have absolute immunity from civil lawsuits for actions that are part of their official duties. This means that if a president is sued for something done as part of their job, they cannot be held personally liable in civil court. But the question of whether this immunity also covers criminal charges, especially for actions outside the scope of official duties, remained unresolved for decades. This legal gray area has led to uncertainty about how far presidential immunity really goes. The real debate centers on where to draw the line between official presidential acts, those done as part of the job, and personal or political actions that may not deserve protection. Legal experts and courts have struggled to define this boundary, as the distinction can be blurry in practice. This distinction is crucial because presidential immunity is designed to protect the office and its functions, not to shield an individual from accountability for personal wrongdoing. The goal is to balance the need for effective leadership with the fundamental principle that everyone, even the president, is subject to the law. This issue came to a head when the Supreme Court was forced to address the limits of presidential immunity in a high-profile case involving former President Donald Trump. The case drew national attention and reignited debates about the scope of executive power. Trump's legal team argued for absolute immunity, claiming that anything less would undermine the presidency and expose future presidents to endless legal battles, making it impossible to govern effectively. The outcome of this legal battle would not only affect one president, but could also have profound